Hello, everyone. In July of 2023, our family took a trip to Legoland in Florida. And before we went, we examined several blogs that were out there, watched videos on YouTube, and a lot of them had some great tips. There were a few things that we discovered that I didn't see in any of the blogs or videos, so I thought I would make my own video and share my experience with everybody. The park itself is very big. It's about 1 kilometer or zero point 0.6 miles from end to end, so prepare to do a lot of walking. There is a covered parking area with limited parking, as well as an open air parking area. Over here you can see where the Peppa Pig park is and how much smaller it is to Legoland itself. There are 2 on-site hotels, as well as the Lego Beach Hotel across the street. There is a shuttle that runs back and forth if you decide to stay at the Beach Retreat Hotel. There's also a Publix, which is very convenient if you want to get any drinks or snacks during your stay. I recommend staying at the on-site hotel. You just can't beat waking up, having breakfast, and walking right into the park. In the summer months, when it's rainy season, it's also convenient to be able to get to the hotel quickly if you're in the middle of a thunderstorm. There are a lot of deals you can find out there, so I would recommend doing searching before you book your trip. We got a deal where it was around $2,000 for 3 days and 3 nights at the Pirate Hotel. The Legoland Park, Peppa Pig Park, as well as the water park were all included. This is a view from our hotel window. There are 2 different pools that you have access to. There are stage areas where they do some performances in the afternoons. And over here you can see where the covered parking is, very convenient to the hotel. There's limited covered parking for the hotel. There's also covered parking you can pay extra for if you're staying at an off-site hotel. You can valet park, you can drive up, park, drop off your bags, and then go park. We just parked in the covered parking and checked in. We also paid for the early check-in at 1 o'clock. It does get busy in the afternoons, and it was just convenient to be able to check in, drop our bags off, and then go to the park in the afternoon. The kids area of the room features bunk beds as well as a trundle bed at the bottom here that pulls out. Across from the beds is a TV as well as a Lego play area. There were Legos in the room. You're not allowed to take these home, but it gives the kids something to play with besides watching TV if it gets rainy in the afternoons. There is a treasure chest in the room with a combination lock, and there was a quiz that you would go through for hints for the combination to unlock it. And inside were some snacks, some apple juice, and some Lego play sets that you can take home. The hotel itself was nice, but it is worn. You know, there are a lot of people using these rooms, and as you can see here, our shower had seen better days. So just like with any other old hotel, you'll see wear and tear. In the lobby, there are a lot of play areas for the kids. This is a little mini castle with an area over here and here just filled with Lego bricks for the kids to play with, and they can run around. Over here it's hard to see, but there's a stage. And in the afternoons, they put on performances. In this area over to the right is where the bar is. You can get a la carte burgers and fries and drinks. Over on the left is the Bricks restaurant. So if you imagine in the afternoon, you're ready to have a nice dinner after being exhausted from walking and playing in the park, and this place is filled with screaming kids. There are people on loudspeakers doing bingo calling, and you're just trying to sit and have a quiet dinner. That's not going to happen. So just be ready for the noise level in the lobby area, especially if it rains, because this is where everybody's going to go. There are activities that you can sign up for if you stay at the hotel. They have these free builder classes where they teach you how to build these little figures, and you're welcome to take those home. I would recommend signing up early because they do fill up. You can optionally pay for their birthday package. It includes a banner they hang on the door, there's a pillowcase, there's a thin little blanket, there's a Lego kit of a birthday cake that that they'll give you. Individually, the items you could get a lot cheaper than what they charge, but of course this is a special event, and it's worth paying the extra to have all this. It was a nice surprise for the kids. So as far as the hotels go, the on-site hotels are overpriced compared to off-site, and it can be very loud, but you just can't beat being that close to the hotel. I thought the restaurants were very overpriced. If you have young children, do you want to pay $15 or $16 for a buffet that they're only going to eat a little bit of? The adult prices you see here, $31, $40. This is what I would consider to be regular hotel restaurant quality food. So it's okay, but I wouldn't say it's worth $17 for their hamburger. So what we ended up doing is ordering DoorDash. They deliver it right to the hotel. One night they actually delivered it straight to the room, and we could stay in our room, be comfortable, watch a movie, and have our dinner. The Peppa Pig Park opens at 9, and the Legoland Hotel opens at 10. So I would recommend that you visit the Peppa Pig Park for that first hour and then go to Legoland. As I showed earlier on the map, the Peppa Pig Park is small. I would think you could easily do it in a couple of hours. You definitely don't need half a day or a full day to do everything at the Peppa Pig Park. The water park opens at 11. So one day we did Peppa Pig for an hour, then we did the Legoland for an hour as we were walking towards the water park. The big thing at the Peppa Pig Park is the roller coaster. This was the first roller coaster our kids had been on, and it was just the right size and the right speed. They really enjoyed it. We did it several times. Of course, the main thing you're here for is Legoland, and there's actually a little walking path over on the side here from the hotel, so it literally is just steps away. I highly recommend planning beforehand. Download the apps for Legoland and for Peppa Pig World, and plan out your activities. There are ride height minimums and maximums. You want to make sure that your kids are tall enough to do the rides that they're interested in. If you're going, let's say, specifically because your kids love Ninjago, plan on hitting that early. You don't want to wait until the afternoon while everybody is tired to hit the things that are of high interest, because you'll be too tired to fully enjoy them. The map also gives directions. So if you're at the Ferris wheel and you want directions to the Ford driving school, it'll actually show you on the map using GPS how to walk there. It'll also let you know when there are meet and greets with the various characters, which are a lot of fun. So just download the app and make full use of it. It does get hot and humid in Florida. Um, there are areas like this one that's covered. There are also buildings you can go into, the stores. There's a Lego playroom where you can go into that's air conditioned. Just keep an eye on the temperature. Make sure you stay hydrated and take plenty of breaks if you're there in the summer. I was not aware of how popular the Lego minifigures are. Um, as you're walking around, you'll see employees wearing badges with these Lego figures attached to them. When you go into the different buildings and stores, even the hotel, they have collections of these minifigures that you can trade. You just walk up and say, "Hi, I'd like to trade for your gingerbread man." And they'll say, "Sure," and they'll exchange minifigures with you. They do have to be complete. They have to have their arms, their legs, hair, whatever, and they'll be happy to trade with you. We didn't have any, but I had heard about this before we went, so I went on eBay and picked some up on there. Just be aware, like anything else on eBay, things can get over expensive. You should not spend more than a couple dollars for these generic minifigures. You don't want to spend $10 for a Harry Potter, Star Wars, Batman figure just to trade it at Legoland. And of course, the other is true. You don't expect to spend $2 on a gingerbread man and go to Legoland and trade it for a Batman. That's just not going to happen. But there are lots of areas to trade them, and the kids had a lot of fun. There's also Coke refill stations throughout the park. You purchase a special cup, and at the bottom of the cup embedded in here is a computer chip. And you go to a refill station, insert the cup, it reads the chip, and as long as you've paid for that day, you can fill it full of Coke products. They do have free water and ice if you don't want to buy a cup, but I highly recommend it. The first day we got one cup and we filled it repeatedly with Powerade and lemonade. And then there are little water cups for free at the stations that I would then pour the Powerade into for our kids to drink to make sure they stayed hydrated. The second day, we actually ended up buying 2 of them. There is a special building by the merry-go-round that has slushies, and you can fill this for free with different flavors of slushies. And again, the kids had a load of fun doing that. Highly recommend. It's worth the price. So, in short, I definitely recommend Legoland. I recommend staying on site. You want to plan ahead of time. If you're going in the summer, be aware Florida has a rainy season. There's a high chance every afternoon that there's going to be a rainstorm. And as you can see here on the app, they start closing things when there's lightning in the area. If they do close it, supposedly, after a 3-hour delay, you can go to guest services and get a free coupon to come back. When we were there, the storms that came in were so big, so severe, that even before a drop of rain, they got on the loudspeakers and said, "Go to guest services, you can get your coupon right away, and then you should leave the park because a big storm is coming." And so we would go back to the hotel, play in the lobby, watch a Lego movie in our room, and a couple of times the storm cleared out and then we went back to the park. You can bring backpacks into the park, so you can bring in water bottles, crackers, whatever. There is a Publix across the street from the park where you can get subs. I thought the food in the park was overrated, overpriced. There were a lot of reviews and videos that I saw where people just raved about how good the food was. To me, it was the typical food you would get at a ballpark or a fair or something like that. It was okay, nothing great to me. We ended up bringing our own snacks in, and that was fine. We ended up saving money that way. There are cubby holes at the various rides where you can put your backpack away while you do the ride. Um, they're not lockable, but it seemed pretty safe. Nobody was stealing anybody else's stuff. There are workers that kind of keep an eye on it. I would put your wallet in your pocket. I wouldn't leave it in a cubbyhole, but for a backpack with water bottles and snacks and stuff, it was fine. If you go to the water park, you do have to pay for the lockable lockers, which again we did for one day, and we had a lot of fun at the water park. So thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful, and have fun at Legoland.